I wish the deuce people would get these things right. It wasn't the junior dean. It was the senior tutor.
And it wasn't lemonade, it was soda water. Dear old thing just happened to be standing under the window while I was leaning out with a siphon in my hand. He looked up and, well, it would have been chucking away the opportunity of a lifetime if I hadn't let him have it in the eyeball. Hey, Claude.
Absolutely, Eustace. Simply chucking it away.
It might never have occurred again, Claude.
100 to 1 against it, Eustace. Porter, these cases, please. Thank you.
Now, Bertie, may we ask what you intend to do in the way of entertaining the handsome guests tonight?
What? Oh, well, my idea was to have a bite of dinner at the flat.
Fine. And afterwards?
Afterwards? Well, I thought we might chat of this and that, don't you know? And then, well, it struck me that you would possibly like to turn in early and have a good night's rest.
A good night's rest?
Well, yes, with your train going at 10 tomorrow and whatnot.
Oh, it's pitiful, isn't it, Claude?
Absolutely.
Oh, Bertie, old man. You don't for a moment imagine we're dreaming of going to bed tonight, do you?
What?
Oh, good heavens, no.
No. We've sketched out a scenario that goes roughly like this, Bertie. After dinner, we toddle along to Ciro's for a spot of dancing.
It's an extension night, isn't it?
Yes, so that should see us through till about 2:30 or 3.
And after that, we're bound to find some fellows who like a game of shemmy, so that should keep us out of trouble till about 6.
And after that...
Well, the Lord will provide, Eustace.
Precisely, Claude. The Lord will provide. Yes, I think we can confidently assume that after that, the good Lord will provide.
I suppose the fact of the matter is I'm not the man I was. I mean, these all-night vigils don't seem to fascinate me as they used to a few years ago. I can remember the time when I was up at Oxford, when a Covent Garden ball till 6 in the morning, with breakfast at the Hammonds and probably a free fight with a few selected costermongers to follow, seemed to me just what the doctor ordered. But nowadays, 2 o'clock is about my limit. By 2 o'clock, the twins were just settling down and beginning to go nicely. And it must have been about 9 a.m. when we finally fetched up at the flat, by which time I had bound to admit the first careless freshness was beginning to wear off a bit. In fact, I just got enough strength to say toodaloo to the twins, wish them a pleasant voyage and a happy and successful career in South Africa, and stagger to bed. The next thing I knew, Jeeves was hovering respectfully at my bedside, like an undertaker inspecting the remains.
Good afternoon, sir.
What's the bally time, Jeeves?
It is 1 o'clock, sir.
Oh, Jeeves. I'm feeling more or less like something the Pure Food Committee's just rejected. Fetch me one of those morning pick-me-ups of yours, would you?
I have one in readiness in the icebox, sir. Excuse me.
They have gone, have they, Jeeves? The twins, I mean?
They have, sir.
Oh, so they'll be leaning on the rail of the liner about now, what? Taking their last glimpse of the dear old homeland.
So I would imagine, sir.
Then let bells ring out, Jeeves, for God is in his heaven and all is right with the world.
Sir?
Thank you, Jeeves. That's better. I don't know what you put in those things, Jeeves, but I feel like a giant refreshed.
There are several constituents, sir. It is the Worcester sauce that gives the preparation its colour, the raw egg makes it nutritious, and the red pepper gives it its bite.
You've never tried one on an Egyptian mummy, I suppose?
No, sir. I have not had the opportunity for such an experiment.
Well, be careful if you do. You might get a nasty shock.
I will bear it in mind, sir.
Righto then, Jeeves. Well, after breakfast, or possibly lunch, I shall go for a walk in the park to celebrate the departure of the twins.
Very good, sir.
So, lay out the gents' suiting, the quiet shirt, the knee-length underwear, and, the old Etonian spats.
The spats, sir?
Yes, Jeeves, the old Etonian spats.
As you wish, sir.
An hour later, it was a Bertie Wooster with an uplifted heart who closed his front door behind him and set off downstairs for the wide open spaces. Even the frosty look Jeeves had shot at my jazz spats could not deflate me as I thought of Claude and Eustace getting nearer and nearer to South Africa and further away from England with every passing minute. Which made it all the more of a shock as I stepped onto the street when a taxi suddenly screeched to a halt in front of me and Claude leapt out.
Bertie!
Great Scott, what?
Hello, Bertie, old man. Feeling better than you did this morning, I hope.
Claude! Why the devil aren't you on your way to South Africa?
Ah, yes, Bertie. Now, that's a point I rather thought you would want to have explained. It's like this, old man. You remember that girl you introduced me to at Ciro's last night? Her name was Marion, and she's playing in that show at the Apollo at the moment. I danced with her a good deal, if you remember.
Oh, Marion Warder, yes?
We're soulmates, Bertie. Two hearts that beat as one. The idea of going to South Africa and leaving a girl like that in England didn't appeal to me a bit. So the long and the short of it is, I gave old Eustace the slip and slid back to see her.
But Claude!
Now, Bertie, if you'll excuse me, I'll just be taking my luggage upstairs.
What? You're not going to stay in my flat?
Where else? You wouldn't object to putting me up, Bertie.
I dashed well would.
Oh, no, not a sportsman like you. No, I don't believe it.
Look, wait a minute, you silly ass Claude. Suppose Aunt Agatha finds out that I'm hiding you when you ought to be in South Africa. Where do I get off then?
Where do you get off? Oh, you'll manage somehow, Bertie. A resourceful chap like you. Don't worry, old man, I'm sure you'll find a way. And now you must excuse me, old man. I want to go and hunt up Jeeves and get him to mix me one of those pick-me-ups of his. For some reason which I can't explain, I've got a slight headache this morning.
Claude! Oh, my golly!
Bertie!
Eustace! Oh, my aunt!
Smooth work, Bertie, smooth work. I'm sorry for poor old Claude, but there was no alternative. I eluded his vigilance at Waterloo and snaked back to town.
But why? Eustace!
Don't rush me, Bertie, there's a good fellow. Now, Bertie, let me say at once that I'm not a man who falls in love with every girl he sees. I suppose strong, silent would be the best description you could find for me. But when I do meet my affinity, I don't waste time.
Heavens! Don't tell me you're in love with Marion Warder, too.
Two? What do you mean, two?
Oh, Bertie, Oh, gosh! Eustace!
Lord, what on earth are you doing here?
What on earth are you doing here, you mean?
Have you come back to inflict your beastly society upon Miss Warder, you worm?
Is that why you've come back, you toad?
Well, I'm dashed.
Not half as bally dashed as I am!
It's a bit thick.
It's confoundedly thick!
It's infernally thick. Oh, well, I suppose it can't be helped. If you're here, you're here. Dash you.
And the same applies to you, Eustace. May the best man win.
I intend to, Claude. I intend to.
Huh!
I suppose every chappie in the world has black periods in his life to which he can't look back without the smouldering eye and the silent shudder. Some coves, if you can judge by the novels we read nowadays, have them practically all the time. But what with enjoying a sizable private income and a topping digestion, I'm bound to say it isn't very often I find my own existence getting a flat tire. But the days that followed the unexpected resurrection of the twins were so absolutely foul that the old nerves began to stick out of my body a foot long and curling at the ends. I imagine the fact of the matter is that we Woosters are so frightfully honest and open and all that it gives us the pip to have to deceive. I was all over Twitter, believe me. What's that, Jeeves?
Merely the telephone, sir. Excuse me. Yes, madam? Good afternoon, madam. Yes, madam. Mrs. Gregson, sir?
What? Right. Hello, Aunt Agatha?
Bertie!
Speaking, yes, absolutely, don't you know? Speaking and all that. Hello.
Bertie, pray stop behaving like an imbecile and listen to me. I am uneasy. Has it ever occurred to you, Bertie, that your Uncle George might be able to see things not visible to the naked eye?
Uncle George? Oh, highly probable, I should think. I mean, the old egg, well, I mean, he does shift it a bit, doesn't he? I mean, mops the stuff up to some extent, what?
Well, the fact of the matter is, Bertie, he has had a shock.
Uncle George?
Precisely. He was dining with me last night and declared that while he was on his way from the Devonshire Club to Boodle's, he suddenly saw the phantasm of Eustace.
What? The what of Eustace?
The phantasm. The wraith. Uncle George tells me that for an instant he was almost certain that it was Eustace himself.
No, it couldn't have been.
Oh, well, obviously not, Bertie. But it's all very queer and disturbing. You do think those poor dear boys are safe, don't you? They've not met with some horrible accident.
No, they're fine. I'm sure they're fine, Aunt Agatha.
Well, I hope you're right. Very well, Bertie. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Aunt Agatha. Jeeves?
Sir?
Wouldn't you say, Jeeves, that Mr. Eustace was a horrible accident and Mr. Claude about as safe as a sprightly young tarantula?
I fear I have formulated no opinion in the matter, sir.
Oh, dash it, Jeeves. Can't you show any sympathy at all? Oh, now what? See who that is, Jeeves.
Yes, sir? Miss Warder, sir.
Bertie,
Hello, Marian, come in.
your cousins aren't here.
No, thank goodness.
Then I'll tell you where they are. They're outside the Apollo stage door, glaring at each other and waiting for me to arrive for the matinee. Bertie, this has got to stop. I can't move a step without tripping over one or both of them. Usually both.
I know, old thing, but what can I do? You're the one who's made such a diggings of an impression on them.
But it's too embarrassing for words, Bertie. They've started giving me presents now. At least Claude has. Look at the cigarette case he insisted on my accepting this morning.
Oh, it's gold, eh? Distinctly fruity. Well, I wonder how the deuce he was able to dig up the cash for that.
I don't know, but I can't go on like this. The two of them are wearing me to a shadow. Can't you do anything?
Well,
You will, won't you, Bertie, for me? Look, sorry. I must go now for the matinee, but please, do your best. Bye.
Oh, cheerio, Marian.
Thank you, Bertie.
Poor girl, Jeeves. She had an absolutely hunted look, what?
Indeed, sir.
Jeeves, I have... Yes, hello.
Don't shout at me, Bertie.
Oh, Aunt Agatha. Sorry.
That's better. Now listen carefully. Your poor Uncle George has had another severe shock.
Another?
Yes. Between ourselves, Bertie, I incline to think that the whole affair is the outcome of an overexcited imagination. But Uncle George feels that only complete rest and careful medical treatment can restore his nervous system to its normal poise. So we've agreed that he'll go to Harrogate for a few weeks in a day or two. We don't think he should go alone, so I wish you to accompany him.
What? Me? We're going to Harrogate with Uncle George? But Aunt Agatha, he doesn't want me. He wants another festive old egg like himself. Someone he can keep having a cuppa with.
Uncle George is not going to Harrogate in order to consume alcoholic stimulants, Bertie.
But I say...
Do I have to come round to your flat in order to persuade you?
Oh, no. Aunt Agatha, no. All right, I'll go. But what shock has Uncle George had?
Well, that's what's so hard to induce him to explain with any precision. With all his good points, your poor uncle is apt to become somewhat incoherent when strongly moved. But as far as I can gather, he appears to have been the victim of a burglary.
Burglary?
He says that a strange man with whiskers and a peculiar nose entered his room in Jermyn Street during his absence. Uncle George surprised him, and he rushed out, having stolen a valuable cigarette case.
Oh, no. I mean, really?
As I say, Bertie, I'm inclined to think that the whole thing was, well, imagination. He's not been himself since he fancied he saw Eustace in the street last night. So I should like you, Bertie, to be prepared to start for Harrogate with him, not later than Saturday.
Oh, righto, Aunt Agatha.
Thank you, Bertie. Goodbye now.
Toodle pip. Those two blighters. That evening, when the twins got in, I hauled up my slacks for perhaps 10 minutes on the subject of their duty to the family and whatnot. I appealed to their sense of decency and boosted South Africa with vim. I said everything I could think of to get them to go, much of it twice over. But I might as well have been talking to myself for all the attention I got. Claude was too busy ticking Eustace off for venturing out without his whiskers, while Eustace in his turn did nothing but babble on about his brother's baseness in the matter of the cigarette case. And after that, things became a trifle strained at the flat owing to the blighters not being on speaking terms anymore. And then, on Friday morning, Claude sidled up to me while I was shoving myself outside a couple of rashers and an egg.
Bertie, I've, been thinking it over.
What over?
The whole thing. This business of staying in London when I ought to be in South Africa. It isn't fair. Dash it, Bertie, it isn't right. And the long and the short of it is, old man, I'm leaving tomorrow.
You are?
If you won't mind sending old Jeeves out to buy a ticket for me, yes. I'm afraid I shall have to sting you for the passage money, old man, you don't mind?
Mind?
That's all right, then. Oh, I say, you won't say a word about this to Eustace, will you?
But isn't he going too?
No, thank heaven. The idea of being cooped up on board a ship with that blighter gives me the pip just to think of it. So please, Bertie, not a word to Eustace. I say, I suppose you can get a berth all right at such short notice.
Oh, rather. I'll have a word with Jeeves now. Jeeves, I'm sorry to disturb you in mid-dish, but can you go out on first speed to the Union Castle offices and book a berth on tomorrow's boat for Mr. Claude? And if you can't get a berth, buy the bally boat if necessary. He's leaving us, Jeeves.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and incidentally, Mr. Claude does not wish any mention of this to be made to Mr. Eustace.
No, sir. Mr. Eustace made the same proviso when he desired me to obtain a berth on tomorrow's boat for himself.
What? Is he going too?
So he informs me, sir.
I say, this is rummy, Jeeves. I would have thought nothing short of a dynamite explosion would dislodge these two nestlers.
No, sir.
Well, there you are, Jeeves. Just goes to show you, doesn't it? It's interesting, I think, to see how the happy ending has been snaffled without someone, whose name I won't mention, dishing up brainy schemes or any nonsense of that sort.
Sir?
Well, you know what I mean, Jeeves. Many chaps in my place would have got rattled. Gone rushing about, asking people for advice and help and so forth.
Very possibly, sir.
But not me, Jeeves.
No, sir.
No. Brood on that, Jeeves.
Very good, sir.
And look forward to tomorrow, what?
I will do so immediately, sir.
Cheerio, Claude! Cheerio! Well, Jeeves, that is that at last. They've both gone.
Yes, sir.
A nifty scheme, what?
Sir?
Well, lending Claude my car to drive down to Southampton, There's no chance of the twins running into each other at Waterloo and changing their minds, you see?
Highly ingenious, sir.
Thank you, Jeeves. You know, I feel immensely braced.
I'm gratified to hear it, sir.
Now, back to an empty flat, Jeeves. It's a wonderful world.
So I have been informed, sir.
Where's Crichton Mansions, mister?
What ho, little messenger boy! Even you do not offend the eye as much as you usually would. Who do you have a message for?
Mr. Wooster.
That's me, old lad. None other, thank you. Here you are.
Oh, thank you, mister.
I wonder who this is from. Great Scott! A fiver! What's this all about? Dear Bertie, will you give the enclosed to your man and tell him I wish I could make it more? He has saved my life. This is the first happy day I've had for a week. Yours, M.W. Oh. This fiver is for you, Jeeves, apparently. Miss Warder wishes you to have it.
That was extremely kind of her, sir.
Yeah, but what the dickens is she sending you fivers for? She says you saved her life.
She overestimates my services, sir.
But what were your services, dash it?
It was in the matter of Mr. Claude and Mr. Eustace, sir. I was hoping that she would not refer to the matter, as I did not wish you to think that I had been taking a liberty.
What do you mean?
I chanced to be near the front door that afternoon when Miss Warder was complaining with some warmth of the manner in which Mr. Claude and Mr. Eustace were thrusting their society upon her. I felt that in the circumstances it might be excusable if I suggested a slight ruse to enable her to dispense with their attentions.
Good Lord, Jeeves, you don't say you were at the bottom of their popping off after all. That makes me feel a bit of a silly ass.
Oh, no, sir.
But it does, dash it. What did you do?
It occurred to me, sir, that were Miss Warder to inform Mr. Claude and Mr. Eustace independently that she proposed sailing for South Africa to take up a theatrical engagement, the desired effect might be produced. It appears that my anticipations were correct, sir. The young gentleman ate it, if I may use the expression.
Jeeves, we Woosters may make bloomers, but we are never too proud to admit it. You stand alone.
Thank you very much, sir.
After you, Jeeves.
You are intensely kind, sir.
Not at all. Oh, seems a dash shame that I should have to go off to Harrogate today, Jeeves. It's the first time the flat's been habitable for a week.
Oh, yes, sir. I forgot to mention it. Sir George rang up on the telephone this morning while you were still asleep and said that he had changed his plans. He does not intend to go to Harrogate, after all.
Oh, I say, how absolutely topping.
I thought you might be pleased, sir.
What made him change his plans, did he say?
No, sir. But I gather from his man Stevens that he is feeling much better and does not now require a rest cure. I took the liberty of giving Stevens the recipe for that pick-me-up of mine. He tells me that Sir George informed him this morning that he is feeling a new man.
Jeeves?
Sir?
Jeeves, those spats,
Yes, sir.
you really dislike them?
Intensely, sir.
You don't think time might induce you to change your views, Jeeves?
No, sir. I do not.
All right, then. Very well. Say no more, Jeeves. You may burn them.
Thank you very much, sir. I have already done so. A quiet grey is far more suitable, sir. Thank you.
Once a year, the committee of the drones decides that the old club could do with a wash and brush up, so they shoo us out and dump us down for a few weeks at some other institution. This time, we were roosting at the Senior Liberal, and personally I was finding the strain pretty fearful. I mean, when you've got used to a club where everything's nice and cheery, and where, if you want to attract a chappie's attention, you heave a bit of bread at him, it kind of damps you to come to a place where the youngest member is about 87, and it isn't considered good form to talk to anyone unless you and he were through the Peninsular War together. So it was a relief, one day after we'd been there about a week, to wander into the smoking room and spot young Bingo Little. He was lying back in an armchair with his mouth open and a sort of goofy expression in his eyes, but when I hailed him, he leapt up like a young ram and started massaging the fin with no little further.
Hello, face! Bertie! Hello, ugly! Just the chap I wanted to see!
Keep it quiet,
Sorry!
Shush! Oh, Betty!
Sorry!
Are you keeping, Bertie, old man? Oh, tolerably topping. I say, Bingo, this club, what? It's the frozen limit. Have you lunched here yet?
Oh, yes, Bertie.
Eh? What do you mean?
Oh, yes.
Bertie, in that dashed odd manner.
Oh, Bertie.
Bingo, what is all this?
Bertie, they have waitresses in this club.
Oh, pretty girls?
One of them is Bertie.
Bingo!
Shh! Do be quiet!
I'm sorry. Really? Bingo, I know that bally look on your face. You've fallen in love again, haven't you?
Oh, Bertie. Bertie.
Oh, my golly, all right, spill the beans, you blighter. Apart from being a waitress, who is this bally female?
Don't talk about her like that, dash it all. She's an angel.
Quite, Bingo, quite. But to return to the rays, what's the problem?
Oh, for goodness sake, don't bustle me, Bertie. Let me tell the story in my own way.
Push along, then.
Right. I love her, and, well, I want you, Bertie, old boy, if you would, to biff round to my Uncle Mortimer, Lord Bittlesham, you know, and do a bit of diplomatic work. You see, he still refuses to restore my allowance, confound him, and if anything, it must be increased and dashed quick, too. I can't marry on nothing. So you will help me, won't you, Bertie?
Will I? Oh, well, look here, Bingo, I know. Why not wait a while, eh?
Wait? What's the good of waiting?
Well, you know what generally happens with your love affairs. They start off with a whoop and a rattle, and then something goes wrong with the works, and they end up poofing themselves out halfway down the straight. Much better tackle your uncle after the whole thing's fixed and settled, what?
But, Bertie, you don't understand. It is all fixed and settled. She accepted me last night.
Good Lord, that's quick work. You can't have known her a week.
Ah, not in this life, no. But she has a sort of idea that we must have met in some previous existence. She thinks I must have been a king in Babylon when she was a Christian slave. Can't say I remember it myself, but there may be something in it.
Great Scott! Do waitresses really talk like that?
Well, how should I know how waitresses talk?
Well, you ought to by now. The first time I ever met your uncle was when you wanted to marry that girl Mabel in the Piccadilly bun shop, and you hounded me to go and ask for his consent. It's always the same when you're trying to tell a story. The dashed difficult problem of where to begin. I mean, if you fool about too long at the start trying to establish atmosphere and all that sort of rot, you fail to grip, and the customers walk out on you. Get off the mark, on the other hand, like a scalded cat, and your public is at a loss. It simply raises its eyebrows and can't make out what you're talking about. But I suppose the complex case of Gussie Finknottle, Madeline Bassett, my cousin Angela, my Aunt Dahlia, young Tuppy Glossop, and the cook Anatole, which I'm about to relate, may be said to have had its inception, if inception is the word I want, with that visit Aunt Dahlia, Angela, and I paid to Cannes at the beginning of June. For if I hadn't gone to Cannes, I wouldn't have met the aforementioned Bassett or bought that white mess jacket. Yes, most decidedly, Cannes was the point d'appui. Right-ho, then? Right. Let me marshal my facts. We stayed at Cannes about 2 months. And so it was that at 7:20 p.m. on July the 26th, I was standing on Victoria Station waving a fond farewell to aunt and child as they shoved off in Aunt Dahlia's car to Brinkley Court, her place in Worcestershire.
Toodle-pip, Aunt Dahlia! Toodle-pip!
Good evening, sir.
Jeeves!
Precisely, sir. I have brought the automobile to effect the conveyance of your luggage back to the flat.
I say, Jeeves, that's very white of you. Very feudal.
I endeavour to give satisfaction, sir.
Well, I'll take that one, Jeeves. No, the small one. Well, Jeeves, what news on the Rialto? Anyone been phoning or calling or anything during my apse?
Mr. Finknottle, sir, has been a frequent caller.
What? Mr. Finknottle?
Yes, sir.
You don't mean Mr. Finknottle?
Certainly, sir. The card is over here.
Ah, yeah. Are you sure you got the name correctly, Jeeves? Finknottle?
Indubitably, sir.
Well, I'm blowed. I'm blowed, Jeeves.
So I understand, sir.
It must be 5 years since Gussie was in London, Jeeves. He makes no secret of the fact that the place gives him the pip. But until now, he's always stayed glued to the country, covered with moss and completely surrounded by newts.
I beg your pardon, sir?
Newts, Jeeves. Newts. Mr. Finknottle has a strong newt complex. Well, you must have heard of newts, Jeeves. Those little sort of lizard things that charge about in ponds.
Oh, yes, sir. The aquatic members of the family Salamandridae, which constitute the genus Molgi.
Near enough. Well, Gussie's always been a slave to newts. He used to keep them at school.
I believe young gentlemen frequently do, sir.
I'm inclined to think there must be some mistake, and that this bird who was bobbed up is some different variety of Finknottle. The chap I know wears horn-rimmed spectacles and has a face like a fish. How does that check with your data?
The gentleman who came to the flat wore horn-rimmed spectacles, sir?
And looked like something on a slab?
Possibly there was a certain suggestion of the piss kind, sir.
Oh, then it must be Gussie, I suppose. But what on earth brought him up to London?
I am in a position to explain that, sir. Mr. Finknottle confided to me his motive in visiting the metropolis. He came because the young lady is here.
Young lady, Jeeves?
Yes, sir.
You don't mean he's in love?
So he informs me, sir.
Well, I'm dashed. I'm really dashed. I positively am dashed, Jeeves. I mean to say a joke's a joke, but there are limits. Gussie falling a victim of the divine pea.
Yes, sir.
He's been haunting my flat, you say?
Yes, sir.
Needed a touch of friendly advice, no doubt.
Precisely, sir.
Well, it must have been a nasty jar for the poor perisher when he found I wasn't there, Jeeves.
No, sir.
No?
No, sir. Mr. Finknottle did not call to see you, sir. It was I with whom he was desirous of establishing communication.
You? But I didn't know that you'd ever met him.
I had not had that pleasure until he called here, sir. But it appears that your friend, Mr. Sipperley, a fellow student of whose Mr. Finknottle had been at the university, recommended him to place his affairs in my hands.
Ah, I see it all now, Jeeves. The mystery's conked. You're acting for him.
Exactly, sir.
So what's his trouble?
I think it could best be described as a rooted diffidence, sir, which becomes especially pronounced in the company of the young lady. Mr. Finknottle informs me that each time he endeavours to formulate a proposal of marriage, his courage fails him.
I see. And yet if he wants this female to be his wife, he's got to say so, what? I mean, only civil to mention it.
Precisely, sir.
Well, I suppose this was inevitable, Jeeves. I shouldn't think the poor fish has spoken to a girl for years. What a lesson this is to us not to shut ourselves up in country houses and stare into glass tanks. You can't be a dasher with the sex if you do that sort of thing.
No, sir.
On reflection, I must say I don't have much confidence in the unfortunate goof's ability to woo and win, Jeeves. Not much conf, I must say.
No, sir?
No, Jeeves. Especially if the girl he's earmarked is one of those tough modern thugs, all lipstick and cool, hard, sardonic eyes, as she probably is.
I have not met the young lady, sir, but Mr. Finknottle speaks highly of her attractions.
Did he mention her name? Perhaps I know her.
She is a Miss Bassett, sir. A Miss Madeline Bassett.
Egad, Jeeves! Small world, what? Well, she was at Cannes. Left a couple of weeks before we did.
Indeed, sir?
Yes, she and my cousin Angela struck up one of those effervescent friendships which girls so often strike up, if you know what I mean.
No, sir. I do not.
Oh, well, they do. And I must say, Jeeves, this news has relieved my mind considerably. That the object of Gussie's affections is Miss Bassett, I mean. I confess that until you supplied this information, I was feeling profoundly dubious about the poor lizard's chance of inducing any spinster of any parish to join him in the saunter down the aisle. You will agree with me that he's not everybody's money.
There may be something in what you say, sir.
But Miss Bassett, Jeeves, is a different proposition. He's just the sort of chap a girl like Miss Bassett might scoop in with relish. How can I put it, Jeeves? Well, I don't want to wrong anybody, so I won't go so far as to say she actually writes poetry, but, well, dash it all, when a droopy, blonde, saucer-eyed girl suddenly asks you out of the blue sky if you don't sometimes feel that the stars are God's daisy chain, you begin to think a bit, what?
So I would imagine, sir.
Absolutely. She's just the type for a dreamy, soulful bird like Gussie. If he can somehow be induced to get the low, burning words off his chest, they should hit it off like ham and eggs.
I am most gratified to hear it, sir.
Yes, Jeeves, in fine, this is a good thing and one to be pushed along with the utmost energy. Strain every nerve, Jeeves.
Very good, sir. I will give the matter my immediate attention.
Righto, Jeeves. Oh, here we are. Home.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Jeeves. Now, up to this point, as you will doubtless agree, what you might call a perfect harmony had prevailed. Friendly gossip between employer and employed, and everything as sweet as a nut. But shortly after our return to number 6A Crichton Mansions, Berkeley Street, W, I regret to say there was an unpleasant switch. The first intimation I had that things were about to hot up was a pained and disapproving cough from the neighbourhood of the carpet. For I should explain, while I was toweling the torso after a much-needed rinse and gradually climbing into the vest, the shirt, the tie, and the knee length, Jeeves was down on the lower level, unpacking my effects. He was holding, at arm's length, a white object, or more exactly, a white mess jacket with brass buttons.
Sir?
Oh, yes, Jeeves? Something on your mind?
Yes, sir. I fear that you inadvertently left Cannes in the possession of a coat belonging to some other gentleman, sir.
No, Jeeves. The object under advisement is mine. I bought it out there.
You wore it, sir?
Every night. This year it's all the rage. Should I say tout ce qu'il y a chic, to attend binges at the casino in gents' ordinary evening wear trouserings, topped to the north by just such a mess jacket as you see before you?
But surely, sir, you are not proposing to wear the garment in England?
I anticipate a great popular success for this jacket. It is my intention to spring it on the public tomorrow night at Pongo Twistleton's birthday party, where I confidently expect it to be one long scream from start to finish.
But, sir...
Jeeves, this disposition of yours to dictate to the hand that feeds you has got to be jolly well checked. No argument, Jeeves, no discussion. Whatever fantastic objection you may have taken to it, I wear this jacket.
Very good, sir.
Right-ho, Jeeves. Dash the fellow. Even though I had forced the man to climb down, quelling him as described with the quiet strength of my personality, I was still feeling a trifle shirty with Jeeves when an hour or so later I toddled into the drones for a bite of dinner. But all thoughts of presumptuous personal attendance were quickly dashed from my mind when, sauntering through the hall and nodding carelessly to Bates, the porter, I observed that he was deep in conversation with what appeared at first sight to be the devil. A closer scrutiny informed me that it was in fact Gussie Finknottle, dressed as Mephistopheles, in scarlet tights and a pretty frightful false beard. But I own I was more than a bit nonplussed. I mean to say, this Finknottle, as I remembered him, was a sort of shy, shrinking goop who might have been expected to shake like an aspen if invited to so much as a social Saturday afternoon at the vicarage. And yet here he was, if one could credit one's senses, about to take part in a fancy dress ball, a form of entertainment notoriously a testing experience for the toughest. Gussie, what on earth are you doing here?
Oh. Hello, Bertie.
I didn't know you were a member of the drones.
No, quite. I'm a guest of Sippy's. I just popped in to ask him how he thought I looked, but he doesn't seem to be here. How do you think I look, Bertie?
Oh, frankly, Gussie, perfectly foul. Well, yes, well, however, anyway, you're off for an evening's pleasure.
Pleasure?
Well, aren't you looking forward to this rout or revel?
Oh, I suppose it'll be all right, Bertie.
Well, come into the smoking room for a spot.
A quick orange juice, perhaps. I must be off in a minute, though. I was just getting Bates to call me a cab.
Well, come on, then we can watch out for it from the window. Well, Gussie, old leper, I've been hearing all about you, and I should like to begin by saying that in my personal opinion, Miss Madeline Bassett is, a charming girl. A winner, and just the sort for you.
You don't know her, Bertie?
Well, certainly I know her. What beats me is how you do. Where did you meet?
She was staying at a place near mine the week before last, and I met her out for a walk with her dog. The dog had got a thorn in its foot, and when she tried to take it out, it snapped at her. So, of course, I had to rally round.
Well, you extracted the thorn?
Yes.
And fell in love at first sight?
Yes.
Well, dash it, you rabbit, with a thing like that to give you a send-off, why didn't you cash in immediately?
Oh, I hadn't got the nerve, Bertie.
Oh. Well, so what happened then?
Oh, we talked for a bit.
What about?
Oh, birds.
Birds? What birds?
The birds that happened to be hanging around. And the scenery and all that sort of thing. She said she was going to London and asked me to look her up if I was ever there.
And after that you didn't so much as press her hand?
No. Oh, no. Of course not.
Well, we must see what can be done. Things may brighten. At any rate, Gussie, you will be glad to learn that I am behind you in this enterprise. You have Bertram Wooster in your corner.
Thanks, man, thanks. And Jeeves, of course, which is the thing that really matters.
Jeeves?
Yes. A mastermind, Bertie.
Really?
Yes, of course. I say, anything wrong, Bertie?
Oh, no. A lesser man might be slightly nettled by your implication that Bertram Wooster is a cipher in his own house, and the only member of the household with brains and resource is Jeeves. But the whole point about Woosters is that they are not lesser men.
Bertie, what's the matter? Have you and Jeeves had a row?
What? No, not a bit, not at all. No, not a bit. And now, Gussie, harking back to your problem, tell me, what, if anything, has this Jeeves been doing about it?
He's been giving the position of affairs a lot of thought, Bertie.
Oh, he has he?
Oh, yes. It's on his advice that I'm going to this dance.
What?
Well, she's going to be there, and Jeeves considered I ought to go. Oh, look, there's my taxi.
That's not yours. So, this is Jeeves's idea, is it? And why are you not going as a Pierrot, may I ask? Like every other well-bred Englishman? Why this break with the grand old tradition?
Well, Bertie, Jeeves particularly wanted me to go as Mephistopheles.
Oh, he did he? He specifically recommended that costume?
Yes.
Ah!
Eh?
Nothing. Just... Ah! I find that pretty dashed ironical, I must say. Tell me, Gussie, why Mephistopheles?
Well, it's a matter of psychology, Jeeves said. He's a great believer in the moral effect of clothes, and he thinks I might be emboldened in a really striking costume.
Uh-huh. And are you?
Well, to be absolutely accurate, Bertie, old man, no.
No, Gussie, no. As one who threw ink darts at you and vice versa, that is to say, a very old friend, take my advice, don't go within a mile of this binge.
But it's my last chance of seeing her, Bertie. She's off tomorrow to stay with some people in the country. Besides, you don't know.
Don't know what?
This idea of Jeeves's won't work. In a striking costume like Mephistopheles, I might easily pull off something pretty impressive. Well, colour does make a difference. Look at newts. I mean, during the mating season, the male newt is brilliantly coloured. It helps him a lot.
But you aren't a male newt.
I wish I were. Do you know how a male newt proposes, Bertie? He just stands in front of the female newt, vibrating his tail and bending his body in a semicircle. I could do that in my head. No, you wouldn't find me grousing if I were a male newt.
But if you were a male newt, Madeline Bassett wouldn't look at you. Not with the eye of love, I mean.
She would if she were a female newt.
But she isn't a female newt.
No, but suppose she was.
Well, if she was, you wouldn't be in love with her.
Yes, I would if I were a male newt.
Oh, look, I have a feeling this discussion has reached saturation point. And anyway, Gussie, the salient point that emerges from all this is that you are booked to appear at a fancy dress ball. And I tell you out of my riper experience of fancy dress balls that you will not enjoy yourself.
It isn't a question of enjoying myself, Bertie.
I wouldn't go.
I must go. I keep telling you she's off to the country tomorrow. Oh, look, there's my cab now, Bertie. I must pop off.
But Gussie!
No, I must go. So long, Bertie.
Cheerio, man.
So long. Bye. Cheerio.
And giving me the sort of weak smile Roman gladiators used to give the emperor before entering the arena, Gussie trickled off. As soon as he had gone, I made straight for the telephone booth in the hall, for the moment had arrived, as I perceived, for finally putting Jeeves in his place, and I was all for it. I mean to say, here he was, making heavy weather about my wearing a perfectly ordinary mess jacket, while in the same breath, as it were, inciting Gussie Finknottle to be a blot on the London scene in scarlet tights. Ha! Jeeves?
Sir?
Jeeves, I've just been having a chat with Mr. Finknottle, and he's been telling me about this Mephistophelian scheme of yours.
Yes, sir.
Now, let me get this straight. If I follow your reasoning correctly, you think that, stimulated by being upholstered throughout in scarlet tights, Mr. Finknottle, on encountering the adored object, will vibrate his tail and generally let himself go with a whoop.
I am of the opinion that he will lose much of his normal diffidence, sir.
Well, I don't agree with you, Jeeves.
No, sir.
No. Jeeves, may I speak frankly?
Certainly, sir.
What I have to say may wound you.
Not at all. sir?
Well then, not to put too fine a point on it, I consider that of all the dash silly, drivelling ideas I ever heard in my puff, this is the most blithering and futile.
Sir?
It won't work. Not a chance.
Sir?
All you have done is to subject Mr. Finknottle to the nameless horrors of a fancy dress ball for nothing.
Sir?
And this is not the first time this sort of thing has happened.
Sir?
To be quite candid, Jeeves, I have frequently noticed before now a tendency or disposition on your part to become... what's the word?
I could not say, sir.
Eloquent. No, it's not eloquent, no. Elusive. No, it's not elusive. No, it's on the tip of my tongue. No, it begins with an E and means being a jolly sight too clever.
Elaborate, sir?
That is the exact word I was after.
Thank you, sir.
Too elaborate, Jeeves. That is what you are frequently prone to become. Your methods are not simple, not straightforward. You cloud the issue with a lot of fancy stuff that is not of the essence. All that a non-starter like Gussie needs is the elder brotherly advice of a seasoned man of the world. So what I suggest is that from now onwards you leave this case to me.
Very good, sir.
I shall no doubt think of something quite simple and straightforward, yet perfectly effective ere long.
No doubt, sir.
Right-ho, Jeeves. Good night, then.
Good night, sir.
What with picking up the threads and so forth at the drones, and chewing the fat with Pongo Twistleton about his forthcoming orgy, it was well after 2 o'clock when I finally got home that night. I can just remember groping for the bed and crawling into it, and it seemed to me that the lemon had scarcely touched the pillow before I was aroused out of the dreamless by the sound of the door opening. I was barely ticking over, but I contrived to raise an eyelid. Ooh. Is that my tea, Jeeves?
No, sir.
What? Well, why am I being disturbed at such a beastly hour?
A telephone communication, sir, from Mr. Finknottle, sir.
Jeeves, I scarcely expected this of you. You were aware that I was up to an advanced hour last night. You cannot be ignorant of the fact that without the lubricating effects of tea, my brain does not function. And yet you come babbling to me of Finknottles. Is this a time for Fink or any other kind of knottle?
But did you not give me to understand, sir, that you wish to take sole charge of advising Mr. Finknottle on his affairs?
Oh, yes, I did, didn't I? Well, one can't give the raspberry to a client, I suppose. Oh, tell me about him, Jeeves. Gussie, I mean. How did he make out at the fancy dress ball?
He did not arrive at the fancy dress ball, sir.
No, look, Jeeves, don't try me too high. Don't stand by my sickbed talking absolute rot. I saw Gussie climbing into his cab heading for wherever this fancy dress ball was. He must have arrived.
No, sir. As I gather from Mr. Finknottle on the telephone, he entered the cab convinced in his mind that the entertainment to which he had been invited was to be held at number 17 Suffolk Square, whereas the actual rendezvous was number 71 Norfolk Terrace.
Well?
On reaching number 17 Suffolk Square, Mr. Finknottle discovered that he had left his money, together with his ticket of invitation, on the mantelpiece of his bedchamber in the house of his uncle, where he was residing. Bidding the cabman to wait, accordingly, he rang the doorbell, and when the butler appeared, requested him to pay the cab, adding that it was all right, as he was one of the guests invited to the dance. The butler then disclaimed all knowledge of a dance on the premises.
And declined to unbelt?
Yes, sir.
Upon which...
Mr. Finknottle directed the cabman to drive him back to his uncle's residence, only to discover that he had also left his latchkey on his mantelpiece.
He could have rung the bell.
He did ring the bell, sir, for some 15 minutes. At the expiration of that period, he recalled that he had given permission to the caretaker, the house was officially closed and all the staff on holiday, to visit his sailor son at Portsmouth.
Golly, Jeeves.
Yes, sir.
Well, what happened then?
Mr. Finknottle appears to have realized at this point that his position as regards the cabman had become equivocal. The figures on the clock had already reached a substantial sum, and he was not in a position to meet his obligations.
I should have legged it.
That is the policy which appears to have commended itself to Mr. Finknottle, sir. He darted rapidly away, and the cabman, endeavouring to detain him, snatched at his overcoat. Mr. Finknottle contrived to extricate himself from the coat, and it would seem that his appearance in the masquerade costume beneath it came as something of a shock to the cabman. Mr. Finknottle informs me that he heard a species of whistling gasp, and, looking round, observed the man crouching against the railings with his hands over his face. Mr. Finknottle thinks he was praying. No doubt an uneducated, superstitious fellow, sir.
What on earth did you do after that?
Eventually, after a trying night, Mr. Finknottle was apprehended by a member of the Metropolitan Police Force, and...
What? You don't mean he's in Chokey?
Only as a protective measure, sir. Mr. Finknottle has not been arrested. He has just telephoned to inquire whether you could go round to the police station with a set of clothes for him.
Well, yes, of course. We don't want him parading London in scarlet tights during the day as well.
No, sir.
Gussie awakes my coming, does he?
Yes, sir.
Then you'd better lay out an extra suit of clothes for him.
Very good, sir.
Right-o, Jeeves. Well, Gussie.
Hello, Bertie.
What ho?
What ho?
I hear you've been through it a bit.
Yes.
Thanks to Jeeves.
Oh, it wasn't Jeeves's fault.
Entirely Jeeves' fault.
Oh, I don't see that. I forgot my money and latchkey.
And now you better forget Jeeves, Gussie. For you'll be interested to hear, old man, that he is no longer handling your little problem.
What? You don't mean that Jeeves isn't going to...
No.
But dash it.
You'll be much better off without him, Gussie. Surely your terrible experiences have told you that Jeeves needs a rest. The keenest of thinkers strikes a bad patch occasionally. This is what has happened to Jeeves. He's lost his form, his grip. He wants his plugs decarbonized.
But, Bertie, I need Jeeves's advice.
On what point?
Madeline Bassett has gone to stay with these people in the country, and I want to know what he thinks I ought to do.
Well, as I say, Jeeves is off the case.
But, Bertie, dash it.
And I am in sole charge.
But what on earth can you do?
That we shall see. Sit down, let us confer. I am bound to say the thing seems quite simple to me. You say this girl has gone to visit friends in the country. It would appear obvious that you must go there too and flock round her like a poultice. Elementary.
But, Bertie, I can't plant myself in a lot of perfect strangers.
Don't you know these people?
Well, of course I don't. I don't know anybody. All I know is that their name is Travers, and it's a place called Brinkley Court down in Worcestershire.
Ha! Gussie! It was a lucky day for you when Bertie Wooster interested himself in your affairs. As I foresaw from the start, I can fix everything. This afternoon, tomorrow, yes. Better give her a chance to get settled in. Tomorrow afternoon, you shall go to Brinkley Court, an honoured guest.
But, Bertie, you don't mean you know these Traverses?
They are my Aunt Dahlia.
My gosh!
You see how lucky you were to get me behind you? Could Jeeves have got you into Brinkley Court? Not a chance. Aunt Dahlia isn't his aunt. I merely mention these things.
By Jove, Bertie, I don't know how to thank you.
My dear chap, it's all part of the Wooster service. And when I formulated the plan of campaign, Jeeves, Gussie quivered like a moose. Well, I suppose it must always be rather a thrilling experience for a novice to watch me taking hold.
No doubt, sir.
And simple. You observed the whole thing? Nothing elaborate?
No, sir.
Nothing far-fetched, nothing strained or bizarre, just nature's remedy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I feel thoroughly satisfied with the morning's endeavours, Jeeves. And to round off a perfect day, I have Pongo's birthday party to look forward to tonight.
Yes, sir.
You were wrong about that mess jacket, Jeeves.
These things are a matter of opinion, sir.
When I wore it at the casino in Cannes, beautiful women nudged each other and whispered, "Who is he?"
The code at continental casinos is notoriously lax, sir.
I'm convinced that you will eventually learn to love this jacket, Jeeves.
I fear not, sir.
Right-ho, Jeeves.
Very good, sir. Incidentally, sir, there is a telegram on the hall table. Did you observe it as you came in?
No, I didn't. A telegram, is it? Right-ho, Jeeves. I can handle this.
Very good, sir.
Brinkley Court, Worcestershire. Come at once, Travers. Come at once. Come at once. Aunt Dahlia? What the? Jeeves! Jeeves?
Good afternoon, sir.
I'm sorry to disturb you while you're about a domestic task, Jeeves, but I feel the need of a second opinion.
Certainly, sir. I am in the process of preparing the afternoon tea, but I have no doubt that that duty can be successfully discharged in conjunction with whatever else you may desire of me.
I think I better begin at the beginning. You remember this morning I received a telegram from Aunt Dahlia? Mrs. Travers, you know.
I was aware of your receipt of a telegraphic communication, sir, but you did not at the time favour me with your confidence as to the identity of the sender.
Oh, no, I didn't I? I was going to, but I didn't.
Yeah, no doubt, sir.
Well, here it is anyway, Jeeves. Exhibit A. You better read it.
Very good, sir. Come at once, Travers, sir.
Precisely, Jeeves. As mysterious a communication as ever flashed over the wires, what?
Sir?
Well, Jeeves, who does this aunt think she is, ordering me about like some varlet or serf? Does she think she's Queen Elizabeth?
Not to my knowledge, sir.
Quite. Then what does this telegram mean?
Excuse me one moment, sir.
I tell you, Jeeves, when this thing arrived just before luncheon, I was knocked into a profound reverie for the best part of 2 dry martinis and a dividend.
Indeed, sir.
Absolutely. I read the bally thing backwards. I read it forwards. As a matter of fact, I have a recollection of even smelling it. But it still seemed to me to be nothing more or less than the aimless vapouring of an aunt who's been sitting out in the sun without a hat.
Yes, sir.
So what do you think I did, Jeeves?
I could not say, sir.
I sent this reply. Here, Exhibit B.
Yes, sir. Perplexed, explain, Bertie. Sir?
Precisely, Jeeves. Not unreasonable, I think.
No, sir.
Right-ho. And then, Jeeves, after the well-cooked luncheon, if you recall, you brought me Aunt Dahlia's reply. Exhibit C.
What on earth is there to be perplexed about, ass? Come at once, Travers, sir.
That's the one. And 3 cigarettes and a couple of turns about the room later, Jeeves, I had produced this.
Exhibit D, sir?
No less, Jeeves.
How do you mean, come at once, regards, Bertie, sir?
To which he replied, Jeeves?
I mean, come at once, you maddening half-wit. What do you think I meant? Come at once, or expect an aunt's curse first post tomorrow, love Travers, sir.
So, Jeeves, I then dispatched the following message, wishing to get everything quite clear, you understand. Exhibit F.
When you say come, do you mean come to Brinkley Court? And when you say at once, do you mean at once, fogged, at a loss, all the best, Bertie, sir?
Very well read, Jeeves. And now, if you will credit it, I've just received this. Exhibit G.
Yes, 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 yes. It doesn't matter whether you understand or not. You just come at once and for heaven's sake stop this back chat. Do you think I am made of money that I can afford to send you telegrams every 10 minutes? Stop being a fathead and come at once, love Travers, sir.
Thank you, Jeeves. Well, that concludes the papers in the case. What do you make of them?
I think Mrs. Travers wishes you to come at once, sir.
Yes. I put the same construction on the thing myself. But why, Jeeves? What does she think she's playing at?
I could not say, sir.
Well, I mean, dash it all. We've only just parted after 2 months together in the south of France. Well, Bertie Wooster isn't accustomed to this gluttonous appetite for his society. Most people consider the medium dose for a normal adult about 2 days.
Yes, sir. I appreciate the point you raise. Nevertheless, Mrs. Travers appears very insistent. I think it would be as well to acquiesce in her wishes.
Pop down, you mean?
Precisely, sir.
Well, I'm certainly not going to do that. This relative has got to learn that I am not available at her every beck and see, Jeeves.
But, sir...
No, Jeeves. I'm certainly not going down to Brinkley straight away. Aunt Dahlia and other people, whose names I won't mention, have got to be shown that Bertram Wooster has a mind of his own.
Indeed, sir?
Yes. I shall wire, expect me tomorrow fortnight, or words to some such effect, and Aunt Dahlia will just have to do without me till then.
Very good, sir.
Thank you, Jeeves. And so, dismissing Aunt Dahlia from my mind for the nonce, I turned my attention for the rest of that day to Pongo Twistleton's party. Pongo had assured me, while chatting of the affair on the previous night, that this birthday binge was to be on a scale calculated to stagger humanity. And I must say, I have participated in less fruity functions. At any rate, it was well after 4 when I eventually got home and tottered into bed, and on waking the next morning, if you could call it waking when your eyelids are totally glued together, my first act was to ring for Jeeves and book an order for one of his pick-me-ups. What they consist of, besides Worcester sauce, raw egg, and red pepper, I couldn't tell you, but the results of swallowing one are nothing short of extraordinary. For perhaps the split part of a second, nothing happens. It is as though all nature waited breathless. Then suddenly, It is as if the last trump had sounded and Judgment Day set in with unusual severity. Bonfires burst out in all parts of the frame. The abdomen becomes heavily charged with molten lava, and the subject is aware of something resembling a steam hammer striking the back of his head. During this phase, the ears ring loudly, the eyeballs rotate, and there is a tingling about the brow. And then, just as you are feeling you ought to be ringing up your lawyer and see that your affairs are in order before it is too late, the whole situation seems to clarify. The eyeballs simmer down. The ears cease to ring. Birds twitter. Brass bands start playing. The sun comes up over the horizon with a jerk, and a moment later all you are conscious of is a great peace. As I drained the glass now, new life seemed to burgeon within me. I felt that the Bertram Wooster who snuggled back again against the pillows had become a better, stronger, finer Bertram. And then, as if fate had deliberately set out to prove to me just how wrong you can be, there was a sound like a mighty rushing wind, the door flew open, and Aunt Dahlia crossed the threshold at 50 miles an hour under her own steam, yelling in a voice that hit me between the eyebrows and went straight out at the back of my head.
Wake up, Bertie, you old ass! Wake up!
Wake
up!
Aunt Dahlia, stop that. What is all this?
Oh, don't blink at me in that obscene way, Bertie.
I am not blinking, Aunt Dahlia. This is an austere and censorious look.
I wonder, my lad, if you have the faintest conception how perfectly loathsome you look. A cross between an orgy scene in the movies and some low form of pond life. I suppose you were out on the tiles last night.
I attended a social function, yes. Pongo Twistleton's birthday party. I couldn't let Pongo down. Noblesse oblige.
Well, get up and dress.
I'm sorry, Aunt Dahlia, but for a moment just then I thought you said get up and dress.
I did.
Jeeves! Jeeves! Another dynamite special! I just had a beastly shock!
I have one in readiness, sir.
Good, we'll bring it in stanza. Now, what was that again, Aunt Dahlia?
I said get up and dress.
But...
Sir.
Oh, thank you, Jeeves.
Oh, good morning, Jeeves, me old hearty.
Good morning, madam.
Oh, thank you, Jeeves. That touched the exact spot.
Very good, sir.
Now, Aunt Dahlia, please explain yourself. All this, you're barging in and telling me to get up and dress and all that rot.
I've barged in, Bertie, as you call it, because my telegrams seem to produce no effect. And I told you to get up and dress because I want you to get up and dress. I've come to take you back with me. I like your crust, wiring that you would come next year or whenever it was. You're coming now. There's man's work for you to do at Brinkley Court. Be ready to the last button in 20 minutes.
What? I can't possibly be ready to any buttons in 20 minutes. I'm still feeling awful.
Well, I suppose it's only humane to give you a day or two to recover. All right, then. I shall expect you on the 30th at the latest.
Oh, dash it all, what is all this, Aunt Dahlia? How do you mean a job? Why a job? What sort of job? What job would
Well,
I
I tell you, if you'll only stop talking for a minute. It's quite an easy, pleasant job. You'll enjoy it. Have you ever heard of Market Snodsbury Grammar School?
Never.
It's a grammar school at Market Snodsbury.
Yes, Aunt Dahlia, I had divined as much.
Well, how was I to know that a man with a mind like yours would grasp it so quickly? Well, all right then. Market Snodsbury Grammar School is, as you have guessed, the grammar school at Market Snodsbury. I'm one of the governors. They left the arrangements for the summer prize giving to me. Now, this prize giving takes place on the last or 31st day of this month. Have you got that clear?
I follow you, yes. I see the point you were trying to make, certainly. Market, Snodsbury, Grammar School, Board of Governors, prize-giving, quite. But what's it got to do with me?
You're going to give away the prizes.
What? Me?
You.
You don't mean... me?
I mean you in person.
You're pulling my leg.
I'm not pulling your leg. Nothing would induce me to touch a beastly leg. No, the vicar was to have officiated. But when I got home, I found a letter from him saying that he had strained a fetlock and must scratch his nomination. Well, you can imagine the state I was in. I telephoned all over the place. Nobody would take it on. And then suddenly I thought of you.
Ha! So you think I'm going to strew prizes at this bally-do-the-boys hall of yours, deal?
I do.
And make a speech?
Exactly.
Ha!
Oh, for goodness sake, don't start gargling now. This is serious.
I was laughing.
Oh, were you? Well, I'm glad to see you taking it in this merry spirit.
Well, I won't do it, Aunt Dahlia. That's final. I simply will not do it.
You will do it, young Bertie, or never darken my door again. And you know what that means. No more of Anatole's dinners for you.
No! I say, dash it!
I thought that'd rattle you. Greedy young pig.
One is not a greedy young pig, Aunt Dahlia, because one appreciates the cooking of a genius, a monarch of his profession, a superb artist.
Oh, all right, put a sock in it. I must say I like the great man's roasts and ragouts myself. But not another bite of them do you get, you miserable worm, if you refuse to do this simple, easy, pleasant job. No, not so much as another sniff.
But Aunt Dahlia!
Goodbye, Bertie. Goodbye, Bertie. See myself out, Jeeves.
Very good, madam.
Jeeves! 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 Jeeves!
Sir?
Rally round, Jeeves! I'm beginning to feel like some wild thing caught in a snare.
I'm very sorry to hear that, sir.
Do you know why Aunt Dahlia was here, Jeeves? She wants me to distribute the prizes to some beastly seminary she's a governor of down at Market Snodsbury.
Indeed, sir. I fear that you will scarcely find that a congenial task.
You never spoke a truer W, Jeeves. Oh, golly.
Incidentally, sir, Mr. Finknottle has just rung up on the telephone.
Gussie?
Yes, sir. He was inquiring whether you had made the necessary arrangements for his projected visit to Brinkley Court today.
Oh, I'd completely forgotten about that. You better send Aunt Dahlia a telegram warning her to expect him sometime this PM. She'll get it when she gets home.
Very good, sir.
No! Wait a minute, Jeeves. I've just had an idea.
Indeed, sir.
Absolutely. Let us not dismiss this Finknottle so lightly. Methinks the old newt fancier can be my salvation after all. Cast your mind back, Jeeves. You remember the basic thinking behind the scheme I devised for him? Viz., that he had to be at Brinkley Court in order to have a hope of wooing and winning Madeline Bassett?
Yes, sir.
I mean, the only chance a fish-faced freak like Gussie had of clicking romantically is to cash in on the fact that Brinkley is simply ill with atmosphere.
Certainly, sir.
Well, that means he can't slide off, what? He's got to stick around. So if I shove this prize-giving binge off onto him, he'll have to swallow it, eh?
You could well be right, sir.
I am right, Jeeves. This is the goods. I shall wire Aunt Dahlia later this afternoon saying that I can't get over and suggesting that she unleashes Gussie on these young borstal inmates of hers in my stead.
But if Mr. Finknottle should decline, sir...
Don't be ridiculous, Jeeves. Can you see him declining? Just conjure up the picture in your mind. Scene, the drawing room at Brinkley. Gussie wedged into a corner with Aunt Dahlia standing over him making hunting noises. I put it to you, Jeeves. Can you see a rabbit like Gussie declining?
Not readily, sir, I agree. Mrs. Travers is a forceful personality.
Absolutely. Phew. I think you might bring me just one more of those dynamite specials of yours, Jeeves. This narrow squeak has made me come over all paint.
Very good, sir.
Thank you, Jeeves. I suppose it must have taken Aunt Dahlia 3 hours or so to get back to Brinkley, because it wasn't till well after lunch that her telegram arrived. It read like a telegram that had been dispatched in a white-hot surge of emotion some 2 minutes after she had read mine, as follows.
I'm taking legal advice to ascertain whether strangling an idiot nephew counts as murder. If it doesn't, look out for yourself. Consider your conduct frozen limit. What do you mean by planting your loathsome friends on me like this? Do you think Brinkley Court is a leper colony, or what is it? Who is this pink bottle? Love Travers.
I had expected some such initial reaction. I replied in temperate vein. Not bottle, not all. Regards, Bertie. I had staked all on Gussie making a favourable impression on his hostess, basing my confidence on the fact that he was one of those timid, obsequious, teacup-passing, thin bread-and-butter-offering yes-men whom women of my Aunt Dahlia's type nearly always like at first sight. That I had not overrated my acumen was proved by her next in order, which I was pleased to note assayed a markedly larger percentage of the milk of human kindness, as follows.
Well, this friend of yours has got here, and I must say that for a friend of yours he seems less subhuman than I had expected. A bit of a pop-eyed bleater, but on the whole clean and civil, and certainly most informative about newts. Am considering arranging series of lectures for him in neighbourhood. All the same, I like your nerve using my house as a summer hotel resort, and shall have much to say to you on subject when you come down. Expect you 30th. Love, Travers.
To this I riposted, on consulting engagement book, find it impossible come Brinkley Court. Deeply regret, toodaloo, Bertie. Hers in reply struck a sinister note.
Oh, so it's like that, is it? You and your engagement book, indeed. Deeply regret my foot. Let me tell you, my lad, that you will regret it a jolly sight more deeply if you don't come down. Deeply regret Brinkley Court, 100 miles from London, as unable hit you with a brick. Love, Travers.
I then put my fortune to the test to win or lose it all. It was not a moment for petty economies. I let myself go regardless of expense, as follows. No, but dash it, listen. Honestly, you don't want me. Get Finknuttle distribute prizes. A born distributor who will do you credit. Confidently anticipate Augustus Finknuttle as Master of Revels on 31st inst. Would make genuine sensation. Do not miss this great chance, which may never occur again. Tinkety-tonk, Bertie. There was an hour of breathless suspense, and then the joyful tidings arrived.
Well, all right. Something in what you say, I suppose. Consider, you treacherous worm and contemptible, spineless, cowardly custard that have booked Spinkbottle. Stay where you are, then, and I hope you get run over by an omnibus. Love, Travers.
The relief, as you may well imagine, was stupendous. A great weight seemed to have rolled off my mind. It was as if somebody had been pouring Jeeves's pick-me-ups into me through a funnel. At the drones that night I was so gay and cheery that there were several complaints. When I got home and turned into the old bed, I fell asleep like a little child within 5 minutes of inserting the person between the sheets. And in the bath the next morning I chanted like a bally lark.
Excuse me, sir. I am sorry to disturb you.
Not at all, Jeeves. Disturb away.
Thank you, sir. A telegram has just arrived.
What? A telegram?
Exactly, sir.
Not another? Oh, my golly! Aunt Dahlia hasn't changed her mind, has she? Or Gussie hasn't legged it during the night down a water pipe? Well, open it and see, Jeeves.
Very good, sir. Would you wish me to read the communication, sir?
Yes, Jeeves, yes, go on!
Yes, sir. Angela and young Glossop have broken off engagement. Row over shark. Come at once. Travers, sir.
What? My cousin Angela and Tuppy Glossop? Broken off their engagement?
So it would appear, sir.
Oh, I say. Did you say row over shark? What shark?
I would not care to hazard a conjecture, sir. Mrs. Travers does not specify any particular species of the Elasmobranchii class of fishes.
Well, the only shark I know is the one that nearly inhaled Angela last month at Cannes.
Sir?
Oh, she was aquaplaning, you know, and fell off her board, only to be attacked by a great beastly shark.
Most unpleasant, sir.
I'll say, Jeeves, I'll say. According to Angela, the fishy denizen kept snapping at her ankles virtually without cessation, so that by the time she'd been hauled back onto the boat, she felt more like a salted almond at a public dinner than anything human. However, we are drifting from the point, Jeeves, which is that the Angela Tuppy romance seems to have suffered a rift or rupture on account of this marine marauder. And what I ask myself is, why?
I could not say, sir.
Well, of course you couldn't. Don't be an ass, Jeeves.
No, sir.
Well, anyway, what this means is that we shall have to go down to Brinkley today after all. Aunt Dahlia is obviously all over Twitter, and my place is at her side.
Very good, sir.
I must say this has come as a great shock to me, Jeeves.
No doubt, sir.
A very great shock indeed. Angela and Tuppy. Tut, tut. Why, they seemed like paper on the wall. Life is full of sadness, Jeeves.
Very true, sir.
Righto, then. Well, you better start preparing breakfast. I shall be with you in a trice.
Very good, sir.
Righto, Jeeves, righto. I bunged my foot sedulously on the accelerator all the way down to Brinkley Court that afternoon, for I wanted to get to Aunt Dahlia with all possible speed. As I've said before, I'm fond of the old ancestor in spite of everything, and I knew she had always looked with kindly approval upon the projected match between her daughter Angela and young Tuppy Glossop, and would be as sick as mud to have had this wholly unforeseen severing of diplomatic relations popping up at her through a trap. On my arrival at Brinkley, however, she was nowhere to be found, and it was some 10 minutes before I eventually ran her to earth in the rose garden, where she was clipping the flora with a goodish amount of vim and elbow work. I could see at a G that the unfortunate affair had got in amongst her in no uncertain manner, for her usually cheerful map was clouded, and the genial smile conspicuous by its A. She looked like an aunt who had just bitten a bad oyster.
Ah, Bertie. Decent of you to rally round.
Oh, my place was by your side, Aunt Dahlia. Bad show, this, my dear old flesh and blood. I'm afraid you're having a sticky time. You must be worried.
Worried is right. Haven't had a peaceful moment since I got back from Cannes. Mind you, I have an idea that this Spink bottle of yours is going to be good. If only he can keep off newts.
Has he been talking about newts?
He has. Fixing me with a glittering eye like the ancient mariner. But if that was the worst I had to bear, I wouldn't mind. No, what I'm worrying about is this infernal quarrel between Angela and young Glossop.
Oh, yes. Sharks.
Correct. Or rather, one individual shark. The brute that went for Angela at Cannes. You remember Angela's shark, Bertie?
Certainly. A man of sensibility does not forget about a cousin nearly being chewed by monsters of the deep. I remember the whole incident vividly. But how did that start the trouble?
Well, she was telling him the story last night, her eyes shining and her little hands clasped in girlish excitement.
No doubt.
Well, instead of giving her the understanding and sympathy to which she was entitled, what do you think this blasted Glossop did? He sat listening like a lump of dough, as if she were talking about the weather. And when she'd finished, he took his cigarette holder out of his mouth and said, "I expect it was only a floating log."
He didn't.
He did. And when Angela described how the thing had jumped and snapped at her, he took his cigarette holder out of his mouth again and said, "Probably a flatfish. Quite harmless. No doubt it was just trying to play." Well, I mean, what would you have done if you'd been Angela? Well, she told him he was an ass, a fool and an idiot, and didn't know what he was talking about.
Quite. I see her point of view.
Well, the long and the short of it is, they got into an argument, and one thing led to another until, by easy stages, they arrived at the point where there was a loud pop, and the air was full of mangled fragments of their engagement. Well, I don't mind admitting I'm distracted about it. Oh, thank goodness you've come, Bertie.
That's very sweet of you to say so, old thing, but nothing could have kept me away. I felt you needed me.
Yes.
Quite.
Well, rather not you, of course, but Jeeves.
What?
Well, Jeeves. See, the moment all this happened, I thought of him. The situation obviously cries out for Jeeves. If ever in the history of human affairs there was a moment when that lofty brain was required about the house, this is it.
I venture to take issue with you, Aunt Dahlia.
What? You take what?
Issue.
You do you?
I emphatically do. Jeeves is hopeless. Quite hopeless. He has lost his grip completely.
What are you talking about? Oh, have you and Jeeves had a row?
Nothing of the kind.
Well, you seem to have it in for him.
Not at all. There is a passing coolness, but no more. We didn't happen to see eye to eye with regard to my white mess jacket with the brass buttons, and I was compelled to assert my personality. It's never any use trying to argue with Jeeves on these occasions. Pig-headed is the word that springs to the lips. One sighs and passes on. However, Aunt Dahlia...
Oh, what does it matter anyway? The thing that matters is that you're talking piffle, you poor fish. Jeeves lost his grip. Absurd. Why, when I saw him yesterday morning, his eyes were absolutely glittering with intelligence. I said to myself, trust Jeeves, and I intend to.
Ha! You'd be far better advised to let me see what I can accomplish, Aunt Dahlia.
You?
Yes, me.
Oh, my God! For heaven's sake, Bertie, don't you start butting in. You'll only make matters worse. I suppose you want to shove Angela into the lake and push young Glossop in after her to save her life or something like that.
Nothing of the kind.
Well, it's the sort of thing you would do.
My scheme is far more subtle. Let me outline it for you.
Oh, no thanks.
I say to myself...
Oh, not to me.
Do listen for a moment.
I won't.
Righto then. I am done.
And have been from a child.
Very well, Aunt Dahlia. If you don't want to be in on the ground floor of an intellectual treat, that is your affair. But let me tell you, I have given this matter the cream of the Wooster brain.
Bertie, you abysmal chump, lay off! Lay off, for Angela's sake.
No, Aunt Dahlia, no. The time has come for the world to recognise that Bertram Wooster, far from being a mere addendum to his personal attendant, is, in truth, a man of resource and independent mind. I am pretty dashed fed, I can tell you, with being shoved around by everybody under the sun. What with Jeeves telling me what not to wear, and you telling me what not to do, it all comes out a little bit too much over the odds. I shall proceed, Aunt Dahlia, as planned, and when you see my scheme in action, both you and Jeeves will be compelled to recognise that Bertram Wooster is a force to be reckoned with. For I shall prevail, Aunt Dahlia. I shall prevail. I shall prevail.
Oh, my hat. Oh, God.
Think, Jeeves. At the moment, as you are aware, Gussie is a mere jelly in the presence of Miss Bassett, letting, what is it? It's a phrase of yours. Letting something do something. What is it? Cats enter into it, if I'm not mistaken.
Letting I dare not wait upon I would, sir?
Yeah, that's right. But how about the cats?
Like the poor cat i' the adage, sir.
Exactly. It beats me how you think up these things, Jeeves. Anyway, that is Gussie's position. He cannot bring himself up to scratch, but put him in romantic surroundings like Brinkley Court, and who knows what'll happen, Jeeves. Great lovers through the ages have fixed up the preliminary formalities at Brinkley.
Indeed, sir.
Absolutely. And besides, ask yourself how much more ginger he'll have in a week or so after he and the Bassett have been helping themselves to sausages out of the same dish day after day at the breakfast sideboard. Cutting the same ham, ladling out communal kidneys and bacon. Oh, golly, Jeeves.
Sir?
I've had one of my ideas. You heard me mention sausages, kidneys, bacon and ham.
Most distinctly, sir.
Well, there must be nothing of that. It's fatal. The wrong note entirely. I must warn Gussie without delay. What he's got to do is to create in this girl's mind the impression that he is pining away for love of her. This cannot be done by wolfing sausages.
There is much in what you say, sir.
Very well, then. Take a telegram. Finknuttall, Brinkley Court, Market Snodsbury, Worcestershire. Lay off the sausages. Avoid the ham. Bertie. Send it off, Jeeves, instanter.
Very good, sir.
Thank you, Jeeves. So there you have it. My initial realization that the one infallible method of indicating to a girl that you love her is to shun the foodstuffs. As I motored down to Brinkley the following afternoon, it seemed to me that I might bear this in mind when formulating my plans for rendering everything hotsy-totsy once more between Angela and Tuppy. And so, on arrival at Brinkley, as related, I immediately sought out Aunt Dahlia in order to learn what had caused the outbreak of hostilities on that front. As she told the story, it was quite clear that Tuppy had made a complete ass of himself. But Bertram is nothing if not broad-minded, so before putting on the black cap, I scoured the garden for the fellow in order to get a second opinion. He was sitting on a step when I found him, moodily bunging stones at a flower pot. In build and appearance, Tuppy somewhat resembles a bulldog, and his aspect at this moment was that of one of these fine animals who had just been refused a slice of cake. Melancholy, as I remember Jeeves saying once about Pongo Twistleton when he was trying to knock off smoking, had marked him for her own.
Hello, Tuppy, old chap. How are you, old man?
Oh. Are you here, Bertie?
Yes, I'm here.
Just passing through or come to stay?
Oh, it all depends. I may remain, I may push on. My plans are uncertain.
Fine. Bertie,
Hello.
shall I tell you something?
Certainly, old bird. I was just beginning to feel that the scene could do with a bit more dialogue.
Angela and I, we've bust up.
I know. Some little friction, I gather, in Ree the shark that tried to make a light lunch of Angela at Cannes.
Yes. I said it must have been a flatfish.
So I heard. And if I may say so, I think you might have behaved with a bit more tact, old man. Tact? Well, yes. Well, was it nice? Was it quite kind to take the bloom off Angela's shark like that? Angela's shark is very dear to her. The thing was grazing at her ankle bone for several minutes after all. You must see that it was a bit of a sock on the jaw for her to hear it dismissed as a mere flatfish.
But, Bertie, what about my side of the thing?
Your side?
Yes, you don't suppose I would have exposed this dashed synthetic shark for the flatfish it undoubtedly was if there hadn't been causes that led up to it, do you? What induced me to speak as I did was the fact that Angela, the little squirt, had just been most offensive, and I seized the opportunity to get a bit of my own back.
Offensive?
Exceedingly offensive, purely on the strength of my having let fall some casual remark to the effect that I wondered what Anatole was going to give us for dinner. She said that I was too material and ought not to be always thinking of food. Material, my elbow. As a matter of fact, I am particularly spiritual.
Quite.
I don't see any harm in wondering what Anatole was going to give us. Do you?
Of course not. A mere ordinary tribute of respect to a great artist. But all the same, Tuppy, it seems a pity that the frail craft of love should come a stinker like this when a few manly words of contrition might...
Bertie, you aren't suggesting that I should climb down?
It would be the fine big thing, old egg.
I wouldn't dream of climbing down.
Tuppy, she's broken-hearted about this rift.
How do you know? Have you seen her?
No, but I bet she is. I'm convinced that a kindly word from you is all that is required.
No, Bertie, I'm sorry. It would be fatal. I know girls. Grovel, and the best of them get uppish.
That I know, Tuppy, of course. I should have suggested it before. Don't eat any dinner tonight.
What?
Yes. Oh, can't you see how impressive that would be? For a start, she knows how devoted you are to food.
I am not devoted to food.
No.
I am not devoted to food at all.
No, quite. All I meant was...
This rot about my being devoted to food has got to stop. I have a good, healthy appetite, and I'm always willing to consider anything Anatole may put before me. But
Quite, Tuppy, quite. All I meant was, if she sees you push your dinner away untasted, she will realize your heart is aching. It's an old trick, but it never fails.
Push my dinner away, eh?
Yes.
Push away a dinner cooked by Anatole.
Yes.
Push it away untasted.
Yes.
Let us get this absolutely straight, Bertie. Tonight, at dinner, when the butler offers me riz de veau à la financière, or whatever it may be, hot from Anatole's hands, you wish me to push it away untasted.
Yes.